All right, I think that's good. All right, welcome everybody. It's Friday. Hope you all are doing well. Let's go ahead and just get right into this. So let's again start standing. We're gonna do those arm circles. So just, you can start a little bit smaller here. Just smaller circles, start to stretch out through those shoulders. You start going back, or it's opening up through that front part of those arms. It might be a little bit grindy. Ooh, that's okay. Good. Just get bigger and bigger with those circles. Just try and work out all of those kinks, maybe that tightness. Let's do 2 more big ones. And then we'll stop. Again, reach those arms out, and then let's go forward now. Yeah, just slowly get bigger and bigger. Big circles all the way around. Let's go 2 more big ones. Now let's reach those arms out to the side. Let's just go across. So you can keep those arms straight, or if you want to bend into those elbows and give yourself a pat on the back, that's fine. Just really opening up through, again, that front part of those arms. A couple more. Good. Now, arms out to the side, reach it up, and then let's side bend it over to that left side. That core tight, gazing up underneath that arm. Good. Inhale, we'll bring it back up. Go to that other side. So reaching that arm up and over. Good. Reaching up through that left arm, pressing that left heel down into the mat. And then reach those arms back up. Draw those elbows down, interlace those fingers, open up through that chest. Again, so if it's a little bit too much, bringing those hands away from the hips, maybe we just have the arms down. We're going opening up through those shoulders. So again, thinking about the heads of the shoulders, they're starting to point back a little more instead of rolling forward. Because if you think about it, when we sit on the computer, I know I'm guilty of this too, but if we get a little bit lazy and we start typing like this is going to get really, really tight. So you'll notice that if you'll interlace your fingers, you kind of stay in that position. So what we want to do is try and open up those muscles. May not feel great. It might be super tight, but just start slow with it. Hold it wherever you feel like you can. If it starts to release and release, which it may not today, that's okay. Maybe you can bring those hands back a little bit further. So just listening to your body is the biggest thing. And let's go reach those arms back up. Let's find that side stretch over to that right side. So reaching that left arm up and over. Inhaling those arms back up, and then exhale it over to the other side. Good. Reach those arms up tall, and then draw those arms down. Interlace those fingers, open up through that chest. Good. And release. So since we're standing, we're going to get moving a little bit and maybe get that blood flow going. So we're just going to do marches. So a little bit of a little core work here. So just drawing those knees up as high as you can. Maybe trying to get those knees in line with that belly button, or at least the waistband of your pants. Okay. The ball of the foot is going to land first, and then those heels. And maybe going a little bit faster. Okay. Maybe even adding a hop to it too. That might be super aggressive, but if that's what you need, that's what you want, just really get moving. If you're sick of sitting and you got to get up and get moving, that's fine. All right, now from here, okay, right foot's going to be down. We're going to take a big step back with that left foot. Arms are going to reach up overhead, sink into that lunge. Good, breathe, sink a little bit deeper. Now from here, put that weight into that right leg, and then we're going to drive that left knee up. Find that balance. Send it back into that lunge. Drive it up and back. Hold that lunge and drive that knee up. Let's do one more because I lost count. There we go. Drive that knee up and then just set that foot down. Okay, maybe give those arms a little shake. Okay, then again, reach those arms up as we take that big step back with that right leg now. Sink into that front knee, so we'll start to feel that stretch through that right hip flexor and quad. Rib cage tight, sink a little deeper. Now, press into that front leg, drive that knee up. Send that leg back into the lunge. Bring the knee up and back. Drive it up and back. We got 2 more. Yep. And down. Knee up. And stepping that foot down. So again, reaching those arms up tall, reach it back, and then we'll interlace those fingers behind the back. Open up through the chest. Let's add our neck stretch in now. So bringing those hands over to, I'll mirror you guys. So your left hip, and we can drop that left ear down towards that left shoulder. Then bring that head back up, and then bring the hands over to the other side and drop that ear down. Good, now bring it back up. Again, let's reach those arms back up again. Let's do those lunges again. We'll just do 3 each side. So take that big step back with that left leg. So if you need to have, I don't have a wall handy, but if you need a wall for balance, go ahead and move on over there. So sink in, and then we'll drive that knee up, send it back, and up. Let's just do 1 more. Drive that knee back, hold, and up, and then step that foot down. And shake out those arms. And then we'll go the other side. Big step back with that right leg. Sink, core tight. And then drive that knee up. Send it back. And up. Last time, step it back. Bring it up and lower that foot down. Then from there, reaching down for that forward fold so hands can go on the shins, the ankles, or all the way down towards the ground. Let that head hang heavy. Maybe find some little sways from side to side. Maybe grab opposite elbows. You can shake the head yes, shake the head no. And now go ahead and plant those hands down. Let's just go ahead and step it back into a downward facing dog. So that inverted V shape. The tailbone is pressing up. Those heels are pressing down towards the mat. And staying with that breath, active through those arms, through the hands. Now let's step that right foot through. Back heel is going to lower down. A little stretch through those calves. Inhaling those arms up. So we really want that back heel pressing down. If you find that if you notice my left heel, since my ankles are very tight, if I'm too long in my stance, my ankle or my heel is lifted. I just shorten that stance a little bit, press into that heel, rib cage is down, and sink a little deeper into that front knee. Flexing that back quad. And 1 more breath. And let's add a side bend. So right arm lowers down, left arm just reaches up and over. Now lower those hands back down, stepping those feet back to that down dog. Hold it here for a moment. And then let's go to the other side. We're going to step that left foot through that left thumb. Back heel lowers down. Inhaling those arms up. So we're in more of that warrior 1 stance. So square those hips off. So notice those toes are pointing out just a few degrees. We're going to pull that right hip forward, left hip back. Press into that back heel, flexing this muscle here, this quad. Good. Another breath or 2. And then we'll lower that left arm down, right arm reaches up and over. Good, then bring it on up and then lower the hands down. Go ahead and step that foot back to that down dog. Good, just bring a slight bend into those knees. Let's walk those hands back to our feet, finding that flat back. And then fold. So we'll add a twist to it. So bring the hands to the shins, a little bit more of a bend into your right knee. As we twist, that left arm is going to reach up. So we have that nice flat spine, reaching up with that left hand, reaching down with the right hand. And lower. Let's switch sides, flattening out that back, bending into that right knee as we reach that left, and bending into the left knee as we reach that right arm up. And then let's lower those hands down as we fold. Okay, go ahead and bring it back up. Let's side stretch over to your right side. And inhale it up over to your left side. And inhale, bring it up. Draw those arms down. Interlace those fingers behind the back. And then we'll walk ourselves up to the front of the mat. We're going to reach those arms forward. Okay, turn those toes out a little bit. Heels in, sinking those hips down. Slow, a little bit slower. Try and get as low as you can. Okay, now you can do this my way, or if you want to just kind of go on your own, you can. But basically, I want to set my hips down as low as I can get. So maybe you get those hips all the way down, well, to the ground or to your, basically to your heels. But then from there, go ahead and roll it on back into that seat. So a little bit of core work here. Let's go this way. I'm a little too close to that wall. And so lifting those legs up. Let's hold it here. Breathe. Now, if you need to lower those toes onto the ground, you can. Now, breathing in and out through the nose. Even if you need to grab onto the shin, that's another option. Or not the shin, the backs of your knees. Now let's add a little twist to it. So we're going to go over to the right, touch both fingers to the right side, come back to center, and then we'll go over to the left side. Okay, again, modifying as needed. Okay, so we'll go 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, go ahead and relax, hug those knees. Let's give it a little rock from side to side. And then the last one for abs we're gonna do is that hollow hold. So we're gonna roll all the way down onto the back. We're gonna extend those arms up overhead. We're gonna extend those legs out. So maybe they're a little bit higher, or maybe they're just a few inches from the ground. We want that low back completely flat, pressing into the mat. Squeezing those legs together, reaching those arms overhead, lifting through the shoulders. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go and hug those knees in. Little rock from side to side. Now let's go ahead and roll it up to that seat. Go and come onto the hands and knees. Let's step that right foot through, pressing those hips forward. That chest is lifted, so the back is nice and flat. Although my chest is touching my thigh, I'm not collapsing on it. Okay, so I'm using my back muscles to hold myself up. Now from here, we're just gonna twist. Right arm is gonna reach up, looking up towards that right hand. Core is tight. Pressing those hips forward, a little more twist. Good, then we'll lower that hand down. Let's straighten that front leg. So we pull those toes back, just folding. Now, if you want to slide that leg forward a little bit more too, that's going to give you a little bit more of a stretch. So the closer the heel is to the front of the mat, so maybe even kind of going into those splits, which I'm nowhere close to, the more of a stretch it's going to be. The more you sink the hip back, a little bit less of a stretch it's going to be. Just a couple more breaths, wherever feels good. Good, now rebend. Let's go step it back, down dog, and then we'll go to the other side. Stepping that left foot through, back knee lowers down. Again, so my chest is just hovering right over that thigh. Right hand is down, and then we're gonna twist. Left arm is gonna reach up. And then let's lower that hand down. Straighten that front leg as we pull those toes back. Now keeping that nice flat back. And you can slide that heel forward, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, then we'll rebend into that knee. Go ahead and step that foot back to that down dog. And let's go into our pigeon. So stretching out through those hips. Let's bring that right knee to that right wrist. Foot comes across the mat. We're going to slide that left leg back. And when you're ready, lower it onto those forearms. So you can gently press into that right shin, pull it back, left knee pulls forward. Start with that back flat. And then if you're ready, just start to rest that head down, relax into it, still keeping that stability, that little bit of tightness, squaring off those hips as we come into the stretch. Now lower that forearm, lift up slightly. So we're on the forearms. We want to bring our left forearm to be parallel to that right shin. Reaching that right arm out, turn that thumb down, bring it to your tailbone or to the opposite hip. Take that big breath in, and then we'll twist, open up, looking over that shoulder, feeling that twist in that upper back, that thoracic spine. Big breath in, exhale, see if you can open up a little bit more. And then we'll release it down. Let's come up to the hands. Taking it back to our downward facing dog. Now we'll step that left knee towards that left wrist. Foot comes across, sliding that right leg back. And then when you're ready, lower onto the forearms, gently pressing into that left shin, pull back, right knee is pulling forward, hold. And when you're ready, go ahead, lower onto those forearms. Resting your head down. And then come up onto those forearms. Bring the right forearm parallel to that left shin. Left arm reaches out. Turn that thumb down, bringing that hand to that tailbone. And then we'll twist, open up. So looking over that shoulder, keeping that core tight. Big breath in. And exhale, see if you can find a little more twist. And slowly release. Plant those hands. Go ahead and send it back to our downward facing dog. Yeah, and then go ahead and walk those hands to, or walk our feet to our hands. Find that flat back on that inhale. Exhale, fold. Now bend into those knees a little bit more. We're gonna keep that spine rounded. I know I don't normally tell you guys that, but we're gonna start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. So think of like a, I guess it's like ragdoll is what we call it in yoga, but letting the head hang heavy, arms hang heavy. We're just rolling up. So we're kind of flexing our quads, straightening out those legs as we make our way up. So the head is hanging, so our shoulders come up and back, and then we lift through the head. Take a big breath in and exhale it out. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a great, sorry, my hair's in my face, a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. We have yoga here tomorrow at 9:30, and there is boot camp with, I believe it's Alex tonight at 4:30. Okay, so hope y'all can make it. Otherwise, have a great weekend. See you back next week.